This is the Renault Sport Clio 172 Cup. At the time of filming, this car's worth around 5k. Let's see how this car is around these stunning Scottish Highland roads. In the early 2000s, Renault was still riding the wave of hot hatch royalty, following in the tyre tracks of the Clio RSI and the legendary Williams, and then they turned it up to 11. August 2002, the Clio 172 Cup hits the scene, a Group N homologation special, nicknamed by Renault themselves as the Sport Lightweight version, and lightweight it was. It's definitely my kind of car. It's lightweight, which means it's nimble and agile. Comforts of ABS, traction control and aircon were all scrapped. The xenon lights were swapped by halogens, the rain sensing wipers and headlight washers were scrapped, and even the fancy UV reflective windscreen went in the bin. In their place, bespoke thinned glass and fabric trimmed seats instead of leather or Alcantara, all purely in the pursuit of lightness. The result? A staggering 99 kilograms lighter than the standard 172. No gimmicks, no gadgets, just raw unfiltered driving, making one of the most focused hot hatches Renault has ever built. It's a hot hatch, so you've got all this visibility that the Clio has, but you've got all this feel. I can feel the road so well. This car's on Michelin PS3s, brand new, which is great, and they transfer through to the steering feel really well. Wow. It's a really, really good fun drive. The engine has a load of pull. And listen to that. Wow. Because the engine is gruff, it sounds angry. This particular car's got an aftermarket exhaust on it. So it's got two silencers. It sounds awesome from outside. It cracks on downshifts. I'm actually not sure what a stock one sounds like, but this sounds great. It's got just the right amount of torque. It's what you want when you're on these types of roads. Heeling and towing is quite easy in this car as well, which is really good. Always makes progress a lot easier. I can't believe that this engine is stock. Wow. What a car. Wow. I can't believe how fast this car is. The brakes are really good. If you brake in anything but a straight line in this car, then the back likes to come out. So you need to bear that in mind. You can actually use that to your advantage for trail braking, but the brakes are very decent in the sense that they've got good stopping power. You just need to manage the mass. Ultimately, this is a Renault Clio hatchback car with a super high roof. The steering is a delight, absolute delight. Absolute delight. Wow. There's a small amount of play in the steering, but I think that's also due to age of the car. It's just awesome. The engine just keeps going and going and going. You can just turn and oh wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The steering is hydraulic in this car, so you can feel everything, as I always say, but you truly can. The funny thing is, with the Clio, you can also feel the rear tyres really well. It's almost like it's squirmy, if I can use that to describe the kind of handling characteristic. It doesn't feel planted and stuck to the road, not in a bad way. It feels like you need to play with it, and that playing gives you more adjustability in the way you drive the car. It just takes the corner so well. don't have to do any major changes in the steering to get this car going in the right direction. When you're 10/10ths in the 172 Cup, the car comes alive. The scenery around you moves quick, but your inputs become slower and more precise. The F4R engine screams potent induction noise, pulling you higher up the revs. The exhaust notes a deep undertone, then snaps at 5,500 RPM to a high raspy tone. As the dephaser kicks in, you are propelled towards the next corner. You trust the modern tyres and Cup-specific underpinnings will carry you through, before, during and after the corner. Midway through the corner, you and the car become one. You play with its short, light wheelbase, letting the back end find its way through the grooves of the road before the front bites hard and launches you out. It's addictive. This isn't just a hot hatch, it's the Swiss watch of the 2000s. Raw, precise and engaging, a combination so rare, it's almost extinct today. I can't believe how hardcore this car feels, in a really good way. It's just fantastic how everything comes together. The low mass, which is about 1,000 kilograms, along with this really nice engine, just this gruff powerhouse, which is revvy as well. It's revvy and it's got so much character. Honestly, for the money, there's not much that's better than this that I've driven. Oh my days. Cheap performance cars often come with expensive surprises, and the Renault Clio 172 Cup is no different, unless you know what to look for. Top of the list, the cam belt and dephaser pulley. They need replacing every 5 years or 72,000 miles, whichever comes first. Always check the paperwork and make sure the aux belt, tensioner and water pump were done at the same time. Neglect them and you're looking at a premature cam belt failure. Then there's the gearbox. These are notorious for crunching into gears after heavy track use. That usually means a full rebuild. It's not as costly as you might fear, but leave it and the repair bill will get a lot bigger. The good news? The F4R engine is a solid engine. With regular servicing, it's been known to run well past 200,000 miles. Look after it, and it will look after you. I think a common comparison done by people is the EP3 Civic Type R, which I think is valid. Ultimately, the Type R has the better gearbox and has more power, but it's not as hardcore as this. This is hardcore. This is a hardcore car. I would also compare this to a Mini Cooper S, an R53. So that's the early supercharged Mini Cooper S. Very similar power outputs at around 170 brake horsepower. Very go-karty. Oh my days, wow. If we're talking about hot hatches, then this is definitely one of the best hot hatches I've driven. It's just got the right amount of power and torque for the road, and it's got an amount of feel that so many sports cars don't have. It's got the steering feel, it's got, listen to that, wow. It composes itself really well, considering what I was talking about earlier with regards to the braking. It's always a pleasure to drive a very well sorted and designed hot hatch. I know rear wheel drive is ultimately dynamically better and you can drift, etc, etc, and I'm a big fan of rear wheel drive cars obviously, but there's a playfulness that front wheel drive hot hatches have, which is just great fun. Puts a smile on your face every single time. I would sum up this car as an absolute hardcore hot hatch, which is practical. You could take it on long journeys and you could daily it. I mean, we talked about an EP3 Civic Type R earlier, and that's much more of a daily car. But if you want a nice weekend blast and you don't want to break the bank, then this car is awesome. I mean, what else could you get for 5k that can do this? And not just do that, but feel great while you're doing it. nothing else. This is a great car to drive in the Cairngorms. The roads are varied, so you need a car that can do quite a few different things. And this is good on all types of roads. It's good for the twisties, and it's good for the roads that require higher speed. Honestly, for a weekend toy, I'd say this is high up on the list. It's high up on the list because the amount of money it costs to buy one of these is probably a couple of options on a Porsche 911. I mean, if there was one word to describe it, I'd say wow. It really is wow. It's a wow car. I wasn't expecting it to be this impressive. I wasn't expecting it to be this fast, and I wasn't expecting it to be this feelsome. Are there any criticisms of the car? Well, some people say the gear shift is not very good, and it's a long way to go to reach the gear lever. And I'd say yes, to a degree. I'd say how far you have to go to reach the gear lever isn't a big issue at all, actually, really, because it's right next to your knee. The gear shift itself is Renault. It's longish and it's accurate enough. It could be a lot better, but it doesn't slow you down. I wouldn't say it slows you down. It's just that it could be nicer. The steering is great, like I said. If there was a criticism of the steering, there wouldn't be any. It's that simple. There wouldn't be one. I think the car also just epitomizes everything about hot hatches. It's got all the space that a hot hatch normally has. It's fast. It handles really well. It's playful. So it's not clinically fast. It's as fast as you want it to be, and you can have a bit of fun with it. Look at that, it just handles so well, and you can really push the limits. I would say if you're after a hot hatch, or even a sports car, to be honest, that's around 5k, I don't think there's much else that you can get that will give you this level of rawness and the experience that this gives you. My name's Amir. You've been watching the SB video on the Clio 172 Cup. Please do like and subscribe. Please do all the usual gubbins. Make sure you visit shootingbrake.com, buy some cars, sell some cars, and you got to listen to this.